Actually, it's a control board for a refrigerator. I gotta get this done for this guy real quick. Alright. And then we'll do it. So you can see what failed. Right there. So we're gonna remove that. And the manufacturer sent him a replacement. Should be the same one. Hopefully it's the same one. It is a T405Q, T405Q 600, yeah. So we're just going to get that out of there, get that back in there, but what we're going to do is we're going to check also to make sure. Hey, thanks for checking out this video. If you like these videos, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. It really, really helps the channel. So the other thing he asked me to do is just go through and verify that there's no other shorts on this, so that when he plugs it back in, it immediately doesn't fail. And I said, sure. So let's find a ground plane, because the bottom of this thing is right here. Actually, so that leg. This, and this. Alright. So, not having any understanding of what this is, let's see if we can figure it out by looking at the board. See anything that's... I'm assuming this one is going to be the ground. There's no test points on this whatsoever. Looking at this, this is me making the assumption that this is the ground, which would make this the ground leg. I have to go through the... Interesting. There is a water-resistant coating on this, which I don't think I'm going to be able to get through. We can do it on this side. Interesting. I wonder if we could look up this actual board using this. Ground is just a plane. I'm pretty sure this is a main board for some sort of kitchen, possibly a refrigerator, possibly. So the easiest way to explain it is typically what you have is when you have something like this, which is a capacitor, one side of it will go to a ground plane, the other side will go to a power plane, and then it allows electricity to flow in one direction, very similar to a diode. So at this point, what we want to do is I just want to try and figure out. Quite annoying that I'm not going to be able to get through this coating that's on here. There we go. Got through it a little bit. The question is going to come down to whether or not that's actually negative. Man. I wish there was like a clearly defined test point. I mean, you can see how thick this thing is on here. How shiny it is. Like any sort of test point would be greatly appreciated. Otherwise, I'm literally just going to start going into this, swap out the component, and then just kind of pray. So that is ground. So it's saying that this is ground, so this and this should be connected. I'm assuming we have... You're fine. I have, I'll put solder mask on it after I do it. These legs are not connected. So those legs are connected. Okay. Getting somewhere. One of these should be ground. Usually it's this one, but that also indicates one. Man, I wish I could see... This looks like it's for a fan. If this is actually a speaker, and one side of this should be going to ground. So this is, the whole thing with this is it sits, here comes the yawn, it sits separately. Oh, here we go, I'm a genius. Ground. This doesn't actually sit inside the refrigerator. Wow. I wonder if something else is actually damaged on here. Because this side of the board is coated, this side of the board is not. Even though there's like exposed wire and stuff. And I kind of have to remove it to, I have to remove that coating to replace this. Which, I mean, that's clearly a failed component, so. Let's pull this out of here. And then, this is going to stink. I already know it's going to stink. Interesting thing that I'm seeing though is this, so it's, should be these three. It's this one, that one, that one. We got our buff kit in. Right, here we go. Yep. Yep, that stinks. Oh. Definitely turned the fan on for this one. Yeah, exactly. So what the customer told me is that he had water leak underneath the refrigerator, which then hit the power cord, and it soaked the wiring that was underneath the refrigerator. So apparently there was a bundle underneath the refrigerator. I said, all right. It's some brand I've never heard of as well. Pretty close to coming out at this point. Nice little grip on it. See if we can't get more solder off of there. So this board was not exposed to water. The wiring harness for the refrigerator was. From basically, like, don't trust my bad explanation. Like, he explained it, like, much better than I did. And it made sense. Of course, one of these legs is still holding on for dear life. Which one is it? All right. Clean that up a little bit, but we got that out. Like looking at this, you can see definitely went. Get that cleaned out. And then so the only hope that the only thing that I'm actually worried about, not hope, the only thing I'm actually worried about is if when he plugs this back in, looks pretty good. When he plugs this back in, there's still a short in whatever board was there. Not board, like connector, the wiring or whatever. And then this immediately pops again. Man, that's solid in there now. And like my big problem is I can't test without actually breaking through the waterproof coating on here. So I'm just gonna tell the guy that, like, hey, unless you want me to actually heat up this whole thing, submerge this thing in an ultrasonic cleaner and get that all entirely off of there, there's no way for me to test the underside of this. Though, like, just looking at it, I'm not really seeing anything else that even looks like remotely damaged. There's some weird soldering choices, like right there. This is a very interesting way to do this instead of using the packs. Everything on the bottom of this is like, now that I put like the alcohol on it, everything on this is tacky. All right, let's get some solder mask on these points and then call it a day. All right, so we'll say this is done.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked that video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I stream daily on Twitch at twitch.tv/SpecVengeance. And yeah, if you want to learn more about my services, check out Bradenton PC Repair.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.